morning children of 7th standard. Now we are going to see another chapter. You know that India, there are 7 continents: Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Australia. In that Asia, our India lies in the continent of Asia. It is to the south of Asia. You know, now you all see in the TV our neighboring countries about China in the east. Then in the west we are having Pakistan. Up in the north part we are having Afghanistan. To the south we are having Sri Lanka. To the east side we are having Myanmar. So these all are our neighboring countries. Our India is a vast country. So there is length and breadth. So length of our country from north to south and from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, it is called width, west. So almost length and breadth is almost, there is only little difference between that. So this is about our location. Just latitude, longitude you have seen, on which latitude it lies, on which longitude it lies, you have seen in the time. Now today we are going to see an interesting lesson about this. So now location and size. Then there are more landforms are there. See, land is not equal or even, but there are uneven sides. See, there are mountain areas, there are plain areas, there are valleys, water bodies and archipelagoes, we can say. There are 5 main features of our land. See, all over the world, land is not plain only. There are some valleys are there, Himalaya jaise mountain hai. Now we are going to see Himalaya mountain, which is the largest mountain in the world. It lies to the north east part of our, and how they are useful, and we can see about Himalaya. First I will just explain you. Himalaya is not only one mountain. It is been parallel. It is ranges are there. From Kashmir, from Ladakh to the east side. So it vast. There are small hills are there between them. So it is divided into 3 parts. Upper Himalaya, Middle Himalaya and Shivalik, we can say, that is the lower Himalaya. We can see that because of this Himalaya, there are huge forests are there, and huge forests which are very useful to us. See, because of the Himalaya, many rivers flow, like main 3 rivers, Brahmaputra, Yamuna and Ganga, which take their birth in the Himalayas and flows to the. Now we are going to see, because of this Himalaya ranges, the climate is very nice, and it is because of these rocks, Himalaya, when the water flows, when the glacier melts and water flows. So what happens? The river, it carries mud with that and soil with that, and which makes the soil very fertile. We can see that Punjab, jo north side, which is the north side, Punjab, Haryana, Uttaranchal, these all parts, the soil is very fertile. So we can say bowl of wheat. So why the agriculture is very important? And because of this Himalaya, which river flows and bring with them the soil. In summer the soil, the rocks break, and when the monsoon starts, what happens in the summer? The glacier melts, and with that it carries soil with them, and that soil, what happens when it comes down in the plain area? What happens? It is been settled. So the soil is very fertile in the north side. And lastly, how the river joins the two, Arabian Sea, and some river joins in the Bay of Bengal. So first we can see about the land forms, that is Himalaya. Today we are going to see now, first you will see on this screen about Himalaya.
In this module, you will learn about one of these groups, the Himalayan Mountains. The Himalayas are formed mountains that cover the northern border of India. They are geologically young as compared to other mountain ranges.
See, the Himalayas mountains they are geological folded. So they are not one mountain, but there are ranges.
The Himalayan range is the highest and the most rugged mountain range in the world. It extends from the river Indus in the west to the Brahmaputra in the east, forming an arc of about 2,400 kilometers. The width of this range varies. For instance, in Kashmir, the range is 400 kilometers wide, while in Arunachal Pradesh, the width decreases to 150 kilometers. If you compare the eastern and the western halves of the range, then you will find considerably more difference in the altitudes of various mountains in the western half.
See, what do you mean by altitude? Altitude means height. So, it is varies from eastern to western Himalayas.
The Himalayas are formed from three parallel ranges of mountains: the Himadri, the Himachal, and the Shivaliks.
See, these are the three mountains. I told you that mountain in the upper mountain is Himadri, Himachal and Shivalik. So lower part is Shivalik.
Three valleys lie between these mountain ranges. The Himadri, also called the Great or Inner Himalayas, is the northernmost range of the Himalayas. This range is in a single, unbroken line and has the highest peaks. Considering that the average
What do you mean by peak? It is the highest point of the mountain is called peak. So we will see different types of
range of peaks in the Himadri is 6,000 meters. It is not surprising to note that the important peaks of
See, these are the peaks. Mount Everest, Kanchenjunga, Makalu, Dhaulagiri, Nanda Parvat, Annapurna, Nanda Devi, Kamat, and Namcha, Bharwa, Gurla, Madeta. So have you seen about this? Nanda Devi, you see our people, they visit these places. All god and goddess temples are there. So people visit there for the prayer. Asamali, Nepal and Samadhi, India. You see these all are the
the
water
Himalayas
peaks.
are located in this range. For example, Mount Everest, the highest peak in the world, and Mount Godwin Austen, the second highest peak in the world, are all part of this range. Mount Everest is located in Nepal, while Mount Godwin Austen is in Ladakh.
See, now have you seen about
As
Ladakh?
mentioned earlier, the Himalayas
See how our Prime Minister, he was speaking from Ladakh area. Understand? So you see.
are peaks of the mountains of the Great Himalayan Range mean that the peaks are snow-clad all the year round. As a result, no vegetation grows in these mountains.
See, as the mountains are covered with glacier. Glacier means ice. So no vegetation, no vegetable growth there. So we can see about this.
However, several glaciers, such as the Gangotri and the Saichen, originate from this range. These glaciers feed rivers that form the source of water for a large.
See, when the glacier melts, so what does it do? It forms the sources of water. So you know main three rivers, Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra. Because of this glacier, the rivers are being formed and it becomes a source of water.
Part of the population. The Zunjila Pass is also situated in the Great Himalayan Range. This pass is the only link between Ladakh and Kashmir. The next range, which is known as the Himachal, is located south of the Greater Himalayas. The height of mountains in this range is between 3,700 and 4,500 meters. the average height of 6,000 meters in the Great Himalayas. Hence, this range is also referred to as the Lesser Himalayas. The average width of the Himachal range is 50 kilometers. This range has the roughest terrain among all the mountain ranges in the world. The terrain of the mountain range is composed of highly compressed rocks that have undergone considerable change in composition or appearance. In other words, the Himachal is made up of altered rocks.
See now, we can
Let us
see.
look at some of the prominent traits.
See, we can see that soils are different. Some are black soil, some are red soil. It is because of these rocks. There are different types of rocks are there. So when the rock break, when the river bring with them, so different soils and sediments have been settled, and so we can get this different type of soil.
Just in the Himachal. The Pir Panjal is the longest range in the Lesser Himalayas. The other notable ranges are the Dhauladhar and the Mahabharat. These ranges are famous for their beauty and are a major tourist attraction for people the world over.
What happens? These ranges, which are very famous, you have heard even about the hill station, how people they visit there. So, Dhauladhar and Mahabharat, these are the tourist places, attraction. People they go and enjoy there. The climatic is very pleasant and always the same scenery. Because of these people visit there because of climatic condition.
The Himachal range is also well known for its hill stations such as Dalhousie, Shimla, Ranikhet and Nainital. Of these, Dalhousie and Shimla are located in Himachal Pradesh, while Ranikhet and Nainital are part of Uttarakhand. The most picturesque of valleys, the Kashmir, Kulu and Kangra valleys in Himachal.
See now, when the hills are there, when you go somewhere hill station, you see there are valleys also. When the hills are there, so some deep situation is there, and that is called valleys, we can say. See, here the mountain and down part is called valley. So Kashmir Valley, Kulu Valley and Kangra Valley. So these are the names of the valleys.
Pradesh are part of this area. The range south of the Himachal, that is, the outermost range of the Himalayas, is the Shivalik range. The Shivaliks are...
See, I said no, lower part is called Shivalik, and now we are going to see about how it is vegetation grows and how the forest areas are being here moved.
10 to 50 kilometers wide. The heights of these mountains range from 900 to 1,100 meters. Thus, as it form the lowest range of the Himalayas. The Brahmaputra forms the easternmost boundary of the Purvanchal region. The Brahmaputra breaks through the Himalayas to form some deep valleys or gorges. One such valley is Arunachal Pradesh in the Dihang Gorge. Beyond the Dihang Gorge, the Purvanchal hills dip sharply southwards and stretch out along the eastern borders of India. Thus, the Purvanchal hills extend through the northeastern states of India. The Purvanchal hills are covered by thick forests and mostly consist of parallel ranges and valleys. Strong sandstone, a type of sedimentary rock, is the main component of these mountains. Let's take a closer look at the Purvanchal range. The Purvanchal range is made up of the Patkai hills, the Naga hills, the Manipur hills, and the Mizo hills.
These are the
That was a brief overview of the Great Himalayas. Here's a quick recap of what you've covered so far.
Recap now.
In this module, you learned that the Himalayas are geologically young fold mountains. The Himalayan mountains consist of 3 parallel ranges, and partly though got their names. Kotli Dun is located in the Jammu region and is known for its scenic beauty. And you must have all heard about the Jim Corbett.
Because of forest area, there are Corbett National Park is there, with wild animals, home of wild animals.
National Park. This park is located in the Partly Dun region. We just looked at the longitudinal divisions of the Himalayas. The Himalayas are also divided into regions from west to east. You can make out these regions if you look at the demarcations between river valleys. Let's look at some examples of these divisions. First, let's consider the area between the Indus and the Satluj. This area has been traditionally known as the Punjab Himalaya. Nanga Parbat is the highest peak in Punjab Himalaya. However, on the basis of regional divisions of the Himalayas, locally it is also called Kashmir in the west and Himachal Himalaya in the east. To take another example, the Kumaon Himalayas is the name used regionally for the portion of the Himalayas between the Satluj and the Kali rivers. Nanda Devi is the highest peak in this region. The hill stations Nainital and Rani Khel are located in the Kumaon region. Similarly, the area that lies between the Kali and the Tista rivers is known as the Nepal Himalayas.
See, these are the names of the river, Tista and Kali river. So it is in Arunachal Pradesh.
The Assam Himalayas refer to the region between the Tista and the Dihang rivers. As we move east, we come to the
See, the Shivalik range is built from loose.
The sediment consists of broken stones and soil. Therefore, the valleys of the Shivalik region are covered with thick gravel and alluvium. You may have heard of Dehradun. The famous hill station of Mussoorie is located in the Dehradun Valley in the state of Uttarakhand. The longitudinal valleys that lie between the Himachal and the Shivaliks are known as dunes.